What's up, YouTube? Excalibur here. In today's video, we're gonna be discussing about the high rank error of your one and only Wu Excalibur Umbra here, and of great swords and long swords for the video. Now, there's a bunch of stuff that I really disagree about during high rank error. Like, sure, there are some positive things, lag, lag and stuff for one thing. But I just want to let you know, I was going to make a build video back in a few title updates back, but by the time they reintroduced like the talisman, I was like, okay, maybe I'll need a little bit more time of thinking, and I need a little gathering. And I tell you what, I tried farm for rarity 8 talismans, even though they're great. Unfortunately, my luck of getting rarity talisman level 8, the rarity 8 was a bit dog water most of the time, and they're just not good. And either way, most of them are kind of like just not that grand. So even if it's like rarity 7, rarity 6, and sometimes rarity 5, they can be good in any type of way. And plus, the thing about it is, another hot take for this video, so for the upcoming builds, I really disagree about the group skill system. In my opinion, the group skill is like one of the worst. Like, other than Guts, Tenacity, and Resuscitate, those are the only 2 skills that are actually good. You know, other than those 2, it's kind of pointless. Is you rather have Resuscitate as a decoration or Guts as a decoration than to have the introduction of group skill being introduced. So there's a lot of builds that I can make, but I can make a few notable builds right here, right now. So without further ado, let's talk about it. Epic YouTube, Excalibur from the future. Listen, Excalibur got a list of individuals who are not subscribed to the YouTube channel. You should subscribe. If you want to become the most epic person in the planet, you should subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, you're missing out. Now back to the video. Things that I appreciate is sometimes a weapon has an equipped skills built into, like, for example, the Grimslayer Nogaram. This one has 250 raw attack, the highest attack in this regular class, but the problem is it has affinity negative number 20 and its sharpness is blue, so you're really going to run out of sharpness really fast if you don't have a level 5 or at least 4 handicraft. This is where random talisman came in. I say, okay, maybe I can make this weapon viable again, at least given it a shot. So if you're really not really into like arcane weapons or something like that, this is probably the build that I have that I can make for you. But it requires you to at least have level 2 handicraft, and recover up to, and I have earplugs level 1. Earplugs is not that grand, but feel free to pick it up as you want to, but I find handicraft and recover up is no downside of using them. So here it is. So here it is. If you don't have at least a level, at least for handicraft, I mean, I got Guardian. You can always have Guardian, offensive guard, and handicraft with it, and you have one handicraft too. So this makes plenty of room for handicraft. So this makes plenty of room for offensive guard. However, if you do manage to get let's just say level 3 handicraft, you can just put one room for crit boost. Even though yes, crit boost is like 28. Even though yes, crit boost is like 28%, but it really depends on the talismans. So other than that, mostly level 4 or level 5 handicraft is going to be the main play for this weapon, as you quickly realize that although we handle the sharpness really well, the affinity is not too bright with this weapon. And the same goes to the longsword. Yes, we managed to max out handicraft razor sharp, and also grants power prolonger, which increases the duration of our spirit gauge level 1, 2, and 3. But unfortunately, the similar to like Tiger X longsword or the Tiger X great sword with negative affinity, the affinity is what killing is the motivations of using in this weapons. And like I said, without the random talismans, you're gonna realize that regular weapons will lack versatility very, very fast. It's very, very fast, actually. So, what my build is actually a Udra helmet, which basically grants you it grants you resuscitate plus counter strike. We put the rest of the 2 on counter strike. We also put Ray Dow. We're gonna put 2 armor on Ray Dow. Oh, and thanks to the extra 1 slot, we're able to put an extra quick sheath on it with maximum might on it. So this leads us versatility. This leads us to use Ray Dow arm, and basically gives us Thunderous Roar, which increases the duration of latent power. And then we get Black Moon Eclipse with 2 Gormagala wasting and legs. And with that, this gives us access to Fury, which means this gives us Lord's Fury, which means resuscitate. It basically boosts damage while you're pretty much in frenzy. This also boosts damage when you're in frenzy mode, and when you cure it, you gain affinity. Now when you're in combat long enough, you will actually activate your latent power level 3, and speaking of latent power, we're gonna put it at level 3, which is basically 30% at level 30% of affinity and 50% of stamina depletion when it's active. And thanks to the Ray Dow armor, you're basically have a dilation of 30%, and especially when you're giving it crit draw and given it and the added bonus to antivirus, which also gives us affinity when beating the virus. You pretty much get infinity infinite amount of times. So so this is the build for high rank. For regular weapons, if you do not feel like wanting to use high rank Artine weapons, this is the build that I would use. The rest of the points is simple, just reassessment, adrenaline rush, constitution, recover up, stamina surge, earplugs, and flinch free. With Thunderous Roar and Black Moon Eclipse level 1. And that activates resuscitate. So if you do want Artine weapons, and because oh boy, this one is rather a juicy one. And here, I myself really have a different talisman. This time we have a talisman of focus level 2 and maximum light level 2. Oh, the 2 best skills in the game for the greatsword. So the only difference is the only difference for the armor is because it is Duna's Wild Bracelets and Udra's Mirror Mail chest armor. We will still retain the resuscitate group skill. The only difference is this will trigger Bad Blood level 1, which is, in my opinion, Bad Blood is not that grand. When you get hit, and when you have red health, you gain increase you have a chance to have an deal extra damage while resentment is on. And it feels a little underwhelming, but sometimes it could feel, and it's not really worth it when you're running stuff like Corrupted Mantle. I would say Corrupted Mantle, but that also gets rid of your red health, so there's really no point of using it. Overall, Evasion Mantle is the clear winner. Is the clear winner of this, especially where it can proc both Adrenaline Rush, which also boosts damage, upon evade, and Udruna's Bracelet. Even though I'm kind of against this one because peak performance is one of the worst skills in the game. It is a nerf version from its former selves. It is now level 5 in order to get 30 plus damage, so peak performance is not good. The only reason why to get Duna's Wild Braces is the Quick Sheath reasons. Without Quick Sheath, this is useless. Useless for an arm build. But in this case, thanks to the Ardian, it really doesn't matter. These are the build for the Great Sword. This time I have Guardian on, which means since Perfect Guard existed, Offensive Guard is not bad for it. It crit draw, crit boost, and even the Longsword, critical, razor sharp, and crit draw. Well, that's all you need. It has a free 20 affinity, and while this one has 5. So if we're going to talk about survivability defense, and this is kind of more of an offensive build. No lie, we do get blast attack and heroics. So the 2/1 is going to be the Dashguma Helm and Dashguma Arm. This triggers Powerhouse, which means temporarily increased attack by 10 after successfully landing a power clash or offset attack. Attack, and if you've beaten Raydal, for example, and Udruna, this should be the build for the first defense. As a first mini defense build, pretty much. Heroics is far from a former shell, but if you wanted an offensive version, a little bit of a defense, thanks to Divine Blessings and Stun Resistances, this is the build that you should build. And thanks to the Heroic Talisman, this should be the build that you wanted to build. You gotta love when my headphones love to turn off on its own right. That will soon be fixed. But what do you guys think of the build video? Leave a comment below if you have any questions, or if you have suggestions about what your build is. Let me know of the comments below. Until then, this is Wu Excalibur Umbra signing off, and as always, stay epic. Excuse me.